Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chanel, and on this channel I give you guys social media marketing tips as well as entrepreneurial tips so that you can be successful. Wanting to start a business is the first step that you should take as far as stepping into the world of entrepreneurship. But there are a few things that you should be looking out for before you start investing into your dream. You don't want to end up being the business owner that isn't able to make any sort of sales in their business, but on the same hand, you also don't want to be that other business owner that is getting tons of sales but isn't making a profit on all those hours of hard work. So if you're looking to find out the 5 questions that you should be asking yourself before you start a business, then keep on watching. Now, the first question that you should be asking yourself is, has this idea already been done? The best thing about it is that if the answer is yes, you're in luck, because that actually means that your idea can work. Now, the reason as to why having your business idea already validated by consumers is a good thing is because now you have the opportunity to do things a little bit differently and make your business idea unique. A good example would be when I started my business, Serene Body Scents. In the beginning, there were tons of other companies that were making body butters with shea butters and cocoa butters and different things like that. But I did not see any other ones that were making unique scents for their body butters as well as different consistencies and textures. That unique aspect of my business made it stand out among the other ones because there weren't any other businesses that were offering that particular service at that time. The second thing that you should be asking yourself before you start a business would be, what kind of problem or need will you be solving? Finding your market is imperative for business because once you figure that out, you now have the opportunity to focus on that particular niche. It's going to be a lot easier for you to be successful when you start your business because at that point, you know exactly what consumers want because you can focus on their pain points, aka their needs and their wants. A good example would be when I started creating the body butters. We thought that was going to be the main focus of the business, but we didn't want to stop just there. I quickly realized that it was time for me to start looking into other things once my audience started giving me feedback as to what they wanted. I consistently kept seeing that my audience were looking for solutions for dry hair, other skin concerns, and that's what actually led us to make that transition into creating different products for different needs. When you begin to develop an audience or a clientele around your business, you'll realize that there is so much gold in the feedback that they give you. The best way to success is to take note of those concerns and come up with unique ways to solve their problems using your products and your services. Now, the third question you should be asking yourself before you start a business is, how exactly am I going to get customers? Now, I'll be honest with you, this is one of the main questions that stops a lot of budding entrepreneurs into getting into business because they don't really know what to do or how they're going to figure this out. The best advice that I can give you guys would be to always keep in mind that the best way to sell would be to make it convenient for your customers to get those products and services, but in the same sense, make sure it's going to be profitable for you. Now, for me personally, I knew social media was going to be the way when it came to selling my products, mainly because I already built up a following on YouTube as well as on Instagram. In addition to that, I also utilized my experience with working with brands to realize that an online store would be the best option. The business model was very simple. The only thing I had to do was create content that would generate interest or a buzz around my products and share that link with my followers. Going with that business model was the best possible thing for my business because 1, I didn't have to worry about any headaches about leasing out a storefront, and 2, I didn't have to also worry about how in the world I was going to get people to actually visit that store. The fourth thing that you should be asking yourself is, how much are you going to charge? As I said before, a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs end up stopping here because some usually don't know, like, should I charge too much? Should I charge too little? But the real question is, do you actually know what you're charging your customers for? You should always base your prices based on how much time, like physical time, it's going to take you to put into making your product or your services. Another tidbit of advice that I really want to stress to you guys is you don't want to go with the model of, I'm going to be so cheap to the point where everybody is going to be able to afford my product or my services. Now, the reason as to why I say to stay away from that course is because once you start trading a lot of your time and you're not really seeing any profit from that, at that point, you basically have a job, not a business. And that is not what we're trying to do here. Now, for me personally, the way that we set our prices are based on a couple of different things, but they're really important. For one, how much time does it take me to actually create one of those products? 2, the cost of all those organic ingredients. And 3, what about product shipping? What about product packaging? All those things are going to factor into the final cost. When you know all the different costs that go into making your product, it's going to be a lot easier for you to determine that cost. And once you actually start to make some revenue, you can use that and put it back into your business to make it even better. The 5th question that you should be asking yourself before you go into business would be, how exactly are you going to get people to buy your products or services? Now, once again, this is another question that usually stops a lot of entrepreneurs from taking on that dream project, mainly because they don't know how to answer this question. The best way to see if you have a good idea is by collecting that feedback, seeing what other people are saying, and by doing a test launch or a beta launch. A lot of new entrepreneurs usually shy away from giving away freebies or doing things for pro bono work, mainly because there's no type of money being exchanged, aka no profit. I'm going to be the first one to tell you, as a business owner for the last 8 years, we all have to start somewhere. Don't ever be worried or afraid about exchanging your product or service to a few people, just a few, just so that you could get some type of feedback or a review on how you're doing. When I started my coaching business, I knew off the bat I was going to have to do some free work, mainly because I needed the experience, and 2, I knew I could use that feedback or those reviews as proof of concept on my website as well as on social media. Another example that I could share with you guys is when I was doing a giveaway with my ebook. I knew that it was going to be a great way to, 1, get more eyes on my content because people were going to be sharing it. And the only thing that I really had to do was just go ahead and give a free item. Most of those people were actually able to read that book for free. And in the end, they were able to give me a review that I could post as, once again, proof of concept on my website. One of the things that I've learned from being in business is that when you truly believe in your passion, you don't have any worries about giving out samples of what you have to offer. This proven practice has been around for ages, which is the reason why you always find yourself heading over to the guy handing out free samples in the supermarket. And if you're sitting there nodding your head, which I'm pretty sure you are, you basically just proved my point. Never ever be afraid to show people what your business has to offer. If you guys are looking for more information on some of the signs that show you're going to be successful when you start your own business, as well as 5 more tips that I have for entrepreneurial success, be sure to watch these videos over here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.